Hi, my name is Soumya, and today I have Dr. Blossom Kochhar with me. Dr. Kochhar is the legend behind the eponymous brand and is among the pioneer in India's beauty and wellness industry. She has a double doctorate in aromatherapy, and she has channeled her knowledge and 4 decades of experience. Yes, it is 4 decades of experience into creating aroma magic. It's a much in demand range, a nature-based self-care product range. Along the way, she has also established her Blossom Kochhar College of Creative Arts and Design, and she has authored several best-selling books. She's an institution in herself, and we are honored to have you here, ma'am. We are also
Thank you.
honored to give you, to bestow the PeakLife Women Inspire Award to you because you have been an inspiration to a whole lot of us, who didn't really have the courage at that point when you started.
Thank you. Thank you so much. It is a real honor to be getting this award and to be over here. Thank you so much. It is an honor and I'm so thrilled. Thank you.
Great. So let's start. You started way back and from a small salon in Wellington to a pan-India presence now. How would you summarize the journey?
I say one thing, the journey has been wonderful and really wonderful. And like all journeys, it does not just go one straight line. You have to have bends in the road. So there have been bends, there have been ups, there have been downs. But one thing that has really gone through is that, if you have a passion and you really want to get there, when we are traveling, we want to get to a place, we will go on with it, whatever happens. And that's what it is. It's not been just a smooth ride or a smooth road, but it's been the most wonderful, exciting road. And honestly, it's been really wonderful.
You mentioned that the road hasn't really been smooth. It happens with all of us. But what were the obstacles or the hassles that you faced? Because you started way back when, a woman and an entrepreneur, they didn't really go well together at that as a thought process. And of course, the industry that you focused on, I mean, that time, everybody still was in the Haldi Ka Uptan, and you were doing aroma magic at that time.
Now, the thing was firstly to get a license, recognizing aromatherapy as also a product, a part of Ayurveda and a part of, it's a herbal science and it's part of Ayurveda. But aromatherapy is where we deal with the pure essential oils. And it was not just the oils or a sugandh or something. It was aromatherapy is where you can treat a person, in body, mind, and spirit. So that is what it is. And of course, it was part of Ayurveda. So that was one challenge to make that go together. The next was, of course, to tell people about the product also. They never understood what is aromatherapy product. So I'll never forget when I started, I opened this salon opposite Taj Palace, and I called it Aromatherapy Bar Hair and Beauty Salon. And we found all the men coming in there because they thought it was a bar. Then I had to quickly take it out and close it and say, no, it was just a bar for the essential oils and not for anything else, And that was one. The next was getting a loan and, your money to start your thing, The banks are not ready to, at that time, they were not ready to give money in for a woman and starting a business like this. It was something else. So that was the other obstacle that we faced, but that was easily overcome. So, and in fact, even till today, I don't take loans because I feel that it's much easier, thanks to them for just not giving me a loan right when I started, that now I feel, we can do it and do it on our own. Because if we do take it, we have to really, see that we give it back, and we have to work harder, and we can't go at our own pace. That was one. But now I really feel we do need that money. We do need extra, finance to make it grow in a big way. But at that time, it was something that we could really have gone through. So these are the things that really were tough for me. And of course, I had a family. I had a wonderful daughter. My husband was in the army. And my little daughter, whenever I had to go on education abroad or something like that, he had to look after the girl. And I really had to. One thing is, I was very family. So my daughter, I didn't want to just leave her there and go. So she had to be with me all the time. So these were the little things that were there, but it was wonderful and I loved it. And so I think that's what it did was take my whole family with me, along with me. And this helped a great deal.
Great. You have the philosophy of self-care has become so widespread, and it is evident on the social media as well. We realize that there are a lot of unrealistic beauty standards also that get promoted in this manner. What your opinion on it? That's one. And how would you define beauty? That becomes a part of the same question.
Now, how I would define beauty. Beauty is very holistic. It just doesn't have to deal with a pretty face, or a beautiful figure. No, it has to be a body, mind, and emotions and spirit thing. It has to be complete. It has to be a whole thing. So you can't have a beautiful woman who is very unkind, or a beautiful woman who is very loud. She has to be everything. She has to have things. It has to, in fact, I always look at beauty from the eyes, because you can see what comes out of the eyes. That's something you cannot stop. You cannot hide that. And you'll find the kindness, the love, the sympathy, the empathy. It is there in the eyes. It is there in her smile. So you'll be able to see that. So beauty is something, for me, is very holistic. It has nothing to do with just a beautiful, perfect figure or a perfect face.
And your opinion on the unrealistic beauty standards that are getting promoted by social media?
Now, unrealistic, yeah. I feel, like I say, beauty comes from in, and all this, like that slim figure and that thing, and that wide, fair skin. No, that is not the thing. A beautiful woman is something that she glows, the skin glows. She has a firm, toned body. She doesn't need to be slim or trim, but she has to have something that is firm, that is healthy. And health is very, very important. So health, if she has a healthy body, she has a healthy mind. This all has to go together, and this is really what counts, and not the fairness and the figure and the slimness. No, she has to be healthy, and she has to have a healthy body, a healthy mind, and I also say a healthy soul, which is an important thing.
Right. Since the beginning of your journey, you have focused on educating and employing women from the underprivileged communities. What motivated you to do this?
I tell you, really, when I took up beauty, and I found that beauty is something that, it's a skill, and really you need this skill. And I loved it. It's also very artistic. It's very artistic. Okay. So this is what I found. But what motivated me was when I started my journey I had a school and I started educating, and I found a lady who came to me. A young girl, she brought her daughter to me, and she was in tears, the daughter, and she said the daughter's husband had thrown her out of the house because she was challenged. She couldn't speak, and so she had a problem. So they thrown her out, and she said, so I said, okay, so what do you want? She said, but I can't even keep her in my house. She said, because my second daughter won't get married, So I said, so what do you want to do? So she said, I want her to be educated in this line. So I said, fantastic. Okay, we will educate her in the line. And we started off, and then we asked her how much can she pay. She was only able to pay a very little amount. I said, whatever it is. But I took a little, because I always believe that if they give you a little bit for whatever they learn, if you do it free, it's just not going to work. They feel it's just okay. So whatever she was able to, I took her, and we started educating her. And believe it or not, what she couldn't what 1 cent she lost, she made it up with the others. She not only was educated, she used to teach in my school. She used to teach, and she did the best hair and makeup. And also she entered in a international competition after that. But the best part was where she had gone, her husband, because she was earning, and then her husband came back to her and left, and her children, he brought back the other child. So she had this little family. She started her own salon, which we helped her to start in her house. And from there she grew, and she made it where she had people working under her, and she was able to look after her family. She was happy. The main thing, she had confidence, and she was, she knew she can contribute to society. And that was where I started, that, we can educate people, and every woman needs to be educated. They need to be employed. They need to feel that confidence that they can, and they do get that confidence. One thing, when they are earning, when they are able to help the family, when they're able to think, they have this confidence, and this is what has happened. So this is how we are educating them, helping them to start their own business if they want, or work wherever they want, so that it could really become something they can, contribute to India, to contribute to the GDP of India. They get their confidence, and they can help the family. Because I really feel if you educate a woman, she really educates the whole family.
Right, very well said. The industry you are in is growing very rapidly, and the market is saturated with an overwhelming number of brands and products. How can the brands break the clutter and create a niche?
They have to, firstly, when they come in, they have to realize they have to come in with a niche. That's one thing. You can't just come in, if it's all herbal, it can't be all herbal. That is one. The other thing is, it has to be good quality, and the product has to be of good quality. It lasts for a longer time, and they really have to, I think a lot of marketing has to go into it, but not marketing that with a heart. That is one thing that I always say. It shouldn't be just to make money that you're marketing. It should be that it genuinely works, and this is what you would like to, offer to society. So these are the things that you could go through with your product and market. But I always tell people who are starting up that you must find something that, that is not the run of the mill. Because, and the other thing is, you have to be in it, and you have to work in it. You can't just, be there and just put in your money and ask people to work for you. You have to know it from the ground roots, and you're going to definitely be a success. This is what I tell them.
Great. I'm continuing from the last question itself, that since the times have changed, there are so many brands and stuff. What are the biggest challenges that you face now, and what are the best aspects of your work which you think, have been supporting you to the position where you continue to retain a very high recall value and a very good product quality that people appreciate for?
I think because really I take one thing, and for me, my thing is that I take interest in every single bit of my product that is there. Like, I am at the factory, you will find I will be there at the factory, the new product that has to be there. So I test everything. I look at everything right from the making of the product to the end. That is one more thing. That's one thing I think, and that has a lot to do with success. The other thing is that, and I do not test on animals or anything like that. In fact, I test it on me and my family. So I know, yes, that is going to work if it works for me. And my family is going to work for everyone. So that's how I go about it.
Right.
Never just put it. And that is one. And in the clutter that is there, what my thing is that I believe that I've got to be in competition with myself, not with everybody else. I've always taken it like that. Like I always say, it's like a racehorse. You put the blinkers on and you just have to run. If you look this side, you get distracted. So I have always been right from the beginning in competition with myself. And I love people and I love to make them look beautiful. And I think when I use the product on myself, and if it works on me, and I'd love to see how it works on them. So that is there. And I look into every little thing of the making of the product till today.
Is this your... Sorry, go ahead.
And I said, and I love people. And that is the other thing. So for me, it's people, it's the product, and it's my personal that is there.
Is this what you would call as your success mantra, or is there any other secret to your success?
I think my success mantra is just that I love people. I think it is this, and I do look into everything. I make it, I see it, I look into it, and I love the people, and I love to do things for people. I think that is the success thing and I have this passion, and a passion for, I just have this passion for making people look beautiful.
Great. So what would be your advice to the young entrepreneurs and the budding talents within the beauty industry?
In the beauty industry, I always tell them that firstly, it depends. Now beauty is the most wonderful subject to take up, really, because it is very vast. You can go into the skilling of beauty, you can go into a salon, you can go into product, you can go into just makeup, it's a wide thing, it's really very, very wide. And so what I find is first find out what is it that you want to go into, and then educate yourself, because education is really very, very important, and not just technical education, because if you want to be a success, you also have to learn the business part of it. You can't just only be technical. I've known a lot of people, my friends, who are very technically, they are super, but business, it was a problem because they had to manage the business part, and so you have to do both. You have to learn both also. That is very important. Another is you must keep on learning. You can't just learn and stop, because in our profession, change all the time, and you must know what are the latest trends and what is everything. The other is your correct attitude with people, because it's a people business, it's a service business, it is, even if it's a cosmetic business, it is a service. So you've got to have the correct attitude. You have to have the passion, and you have to have that love for people and wanting to do good for people. And it's like I always say, don't go into this just to make money. Go into it first to help them and to do good for them, and you'll find that you'll automatically get it back for yourself.
Great. So basically, that's the philosophy of be good and do good, and you'll always get the good part. That's what comes up.
Yeah.
What's your definition of an empowered woman? And I think this would be the last question that I would ask you.
Yeah, definition of an empowered woman. My definition of an empowered woman is a woman who's confident, and a woman who's confident and is able to exude this confidence around her, and who takes the people with her, takes everyone along with her, whether it's her family, and the family is a very important aspect, and she takes her family along with her, and this is the main thing, is having confidence, and what should I say? And that gives the biggest thing to anyone, having confidence and not throwing their weight around, but having confidence and taking people along with them, taking everything along with them, because that is how you can be really empowered. And she has to be a leader. That is one more thing. Whether it's a leader for her family, whether it's a leader for a small organization, whether it's a leader for this, and then she goes on like that. And that is empowerment and success and happiness. Because if you're empowered, and you will automatically get success, and happiness is the key factor for everything.
So we sum it up at a very happy note. We are very happy to learn some secrets from Dr. Kochhar. She has been an institution in herself, the way I spoke about her earlier. and she continues to inspire us. And thank you so very much, Dr. Kochhar, for being here today and sharing your thoughts on the various questions that we asked. I look forward to meeting up with you on the 28th of October at New Delhi.
Thank you, Soumya. It's been wonderful. And thank you so much once again for the honor of the award. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Bye-bye. See you.